Welcome back to my channel. Of course, I'm back with Adrian, aka AJ. Orange Clouds with 3 Z's on Instagram. If you guys haven't seen my last video, make sure you check that out so you can find out cool information on Adrian, and make sure you follow his Instagram page at Orange Clouds with 3 Z's.
Thank you.
Of course.
And follow Maya Mars with your amazing do-it-yourself content and all of the just hilarity and humor.
I try.
Yeah.
Okay,
amazing.
so I think y'all already know why we here.
But I'm trying to understand, how do we keep arriving here? Like,
With Lana Del Rey?
no, in general with just like, not Lana Del Rey, shut up. With people that feel entitled, it's like, okay.
Karen's? Becky's? Susan's.
What is her demographic?
So Becky is anyone under 18.
I thought that was Kaylee.
Oh, what the fuck, dude?
No, but I'm just like, okay, here's my thing. Like, you're making millions of dollars. We're in a global pandemic right now. You hopped on Beyonce's internet to say...
Al Gore's internet.
You hopped on there to say that you didn't understand, or that you hope that you can express yourself sexually. And it's like, all right. Then you go on to name women of color. Black women. It's wild. Like, how tone deaf can you be? So I'm just blown away. I saw her trending and I'm like,
Why is she trending?
yeah.
She hasn't released anything.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, let's see. And as a matter of fact, I don't even think I saw her trending. I saw the I don't know which account posted it, but it was like it was literally just like Beyonce says hips tick, and then it had a clip of Annalise Keating like screaming.
Actually, I kind of seen it that way too. Went on Black Twitter, of course. I'm like, okay, well, so what's going on? Like, what is everybody talking about? Oh, by the way, we are featuring pub subs. Like, about that pub sub though. It's probably a little bit more important than Llama right now.
I was trying to be polite, and then I was like, let me just tear into this thing.
I found out about it and I went to Black Twitter because I didn't know enough like what everybody was talking about, and then I saw you comment on a thread. So I'm like, what is going on? So when I went to go look at the names she dropped, when I tell y'all I was shook, like, girl,
Bold.
This is not the way you, first of all, in my opinion, this is never the way you want to go about making yourself relevant, bringing up a point that you feel like has any relevance. You never want to start by tearing other people down, first of all. Secondly, you don't want to be a woman tearing another woman down, like you said, on Beyonce's internet. Like, the reason I am kind of upset with Lana, it's almost like she wanted us to relate to her, because I'm the type of person where I like to understand both points of view.
I read the whole thing. I'm like, okay, let me like reserve judgment.
Exactly.
Give her a second to maybe make a point, and no points were made. I'm just like,
she contradicted herself within like the first stanza of whatever the heck this is.
well, let's just talk about, okay, so she says that that people accuse her of glamorizing abuse, and it's like, all right, who are the people? You're talking about songwriters, we're talking about people in the industry. Like, you made a whole post. That's like, you posted to millions of people just to flat back at maybe a couple, like handful of people that may have said something negative about you over the course of your career. I've never heard anything like that about her.
Exactly.
I always thought she was unproblematic. You know, I didn't even know that I don't get into her music like that. Like, I like it, but I didn't know. So now you actually put me on to the fact that, yes, you do glamorize abuse. Because I go back and I look and I'm like, okay, she has a lyric that says, when you hit me, it felt like a kiss. But you, it's like, okay, that's...
But Nicki Minaj talking about having a fake...
Just being sex positive.
Yeah,
like that's a problem. So yeah, I just think it was very ill-informed, and I'm just like, wow, like, if her publicist was having like a slow day, like she definitely gave her something to do that day. It's like, like, what in the world?
Ran out of stuff to do during the pandemic?
Yeah.
DIY. Here's a fuck up your publicist's life.
Let me crash my career really quick. There you go. Enjoy it.
I think that I was most happy with how Twitter responded to it. Because you can always count on Black Twitter, like, or just Twitter in general, people in general, not to make this about race.
But she made it about race.
She did, and I feel like she put a sprinkle of Ariana Grande in there. I actually seen a meme where they had the Meg Thee Stallion meme. of her like sprinkling salt. They talking some Lana Del Rey throwing Ariana Grande in the mix just for a sprinkle of diversity.
Just for a little razzle dazzle.
Razzle dazzle. You definitely just don't want to make it about gender. Let's not make it about race. Let's not make it about anything but how you make points. I think a lot of people in today's world need to learn how to make a point, because they keep saying, oh, this cancel culture, people can't speak their mind, people can't have an opinion, I've seen a lot of people successfully get their point across and still be canceled, and I've seen people get their point across and be heard. And I think that a lot of common mistakes that people make where they end up getting canceled by cancel culture is by taking the attention away from the issue and bringing the attention to me, self-centered, me. So the issue that she might have been having is, why don't I feel like there's diversity or fairness in the top 100 charts?
Which is, again, it's something that is a privilege to get, you know.
Exactly.
It's like to even be on the charts, period. You know, she's had success in the past. That's not something that you are supposed to make your whole career about. It's like, yes,
just have fun with music. Like,
I mean, we're at a point where it's, especially it's been to that point in the past, like, honestly, 6 to 7 years, like, where it's, you know, stans have taken over Twitter entirely, which is cool. You know, like, that's great. It's exciting. It puts some, like, it puts a new spin on things, and it gets the fans, like, involved in the whole process. But it's taken a bit too far, because it's just like, you're attacking someone because they got a #1 talking about something, and it's just like the trends in music change. You know, it's like there's a lot of women.
You're literally complaining during a pandemic.
Yeah.
Where there's people who really don't know where their next meal are coming from. Let's get that deep. Instead of bringing up the issue of where I feel like, hey, Billboard, what all goes into it, which I'm sure she already knows. But instead of just keeping an open dialogue, you automatically assume by name dropping a lot of ethnic and beautiful women and a lot of very talented women who are already being, you know, criticized about being, first of all, black, being hypersexualized by just blinking their eyes.
From the time of birth. Like,
from the time of birth.
It's crazy. It's like, you know, young girls are told to cover up, you know, like young black girls are told to cover up, you know.
And then you can see the little, we're not going to say, the little Becky, you know, certain race groups, you can see them out with just a t-shirt and some booty shorts on. And then from the moment we are born, we are told to cover everything up to our edges because of just the way we look naturally. We didn't do anything. We didn't ask for this. We just came out like this. And that is pushed on us within everything we do. There are black women who go to college and get criticized about the way their hair look. And that is the last thing on their mind is, how does my hair look today? It's popping, it's beautiful. Okay, let's go to school and learn. But while you're sitting next to me, her hair is distracting, is this, is that. You have so many opinions. Are you even paying attention to the lesson, llama? Music should just make people feel good. What makes people feel good will be represented by things like the Billboard Top 100 and debuts and charts and stuff like that. It shouldn't be about people who want to make it about them, because you stop forgetting what you were, which was an artist. Now you just look like a clown.
You see this emoji? That's right, it's the clown emoji. You're a clown. The opinion you expressed is wrong according to me, therefore you are a clown.
It's like, everyone knows her vibe, which is, you know, and she said it herself, it's like she's just a glamorous girl telling her truth. And it's like, you can always tell your truth, but, you know, don't get mad that someone else is doing something a certain way. You know, it's just like,
they're telling their truth too, and they chose to do it differently.
The salty approach will never, you know, prevail. It's like, it's never gonna prevail. You know, like no one's ever gonna support you doing that, because it's just like you look crazy. Like you said, you look like a clown, right? You got that one. But yeah, so moral of the story, obviously understand your privilege, understand what you're saying when you say things. Also, don't go on a rant during a pandemic about something like this. Girl. It's like, right now you can use your platform.
Donate some money to somebody.
Maybe she is. I'm not even gonna go down that route. But it's just like that's not the move. And you know, I would just like, when I see somebody trending for it not to be because they died or doing something negative, it's like I would love for it to just be like some new music that she's dropping. It's like, just let your music speak for itself, etc., etc.
etc., etc.
Yeah.
We're good. Llama, I wish you the best, girl, and I really hope you can bounce back from this. But until then, bye. Bye.